Yo, man, y'all see what I'm talking about? We got the DC Sniper Manhunt and Spree of 2002. Let's get into it.
Wednesday, October 2nd, 2002. In the quiet suburbs of Washington, D.C., a former Army marksman and his teenage protege transform a blue Chevy Caprice into a mobile sniper's nest, unleashing a reign of terror on innocent bystanders that would soon grip the nation. As the pair carried out a calculated series of shootings meant to disguise a far more personal motive, launching one of the largest manhunts in American history. This is the infamous true story of the DC Snipers.
All right, let's go ahead and get into them. Yeah, you know it's crazy. I heard the story before, but I'm saying like I heard how they got caught was because I think they went back to their car. It was something like that where they got caught. I know that for sure.
In 1997, 39-year-old John Allen Muhammad, born John Allen Williams, was a man untethered. As a former Army sergeant and trained marksman, Muhammad had once worn the uniform proudly, serving in the Gulf War, receiving extensive weapons training, qualifying on the M16, the M60, and excelling at long-range rifle marksmanship. He left the Army with a vast set of skills, but no direction, and not even 1 year into his civilian life, that foundation began to crumble. His marriage collapsed, he lost custody of his 3 children, and he began spiraling, feeling a deep resentment toward the court system, his ex-wife, and what he saw as a government that had failed him.
There is a parenting plan that was entered by the court.
So the children were never missing.
According to the court's order, they're going with mother.
And in 1999, he kidnapped his children, disappearing with them for over a year, crossing into Mexico, and eventually landing in Antigua using forged documents. And that's where he'd meet his protege, Lee Boyd Malvo, a 15-year-old Jamaican native whose mother dragged him across Antigua in search of work, sometimes leaving him for weeks at a time with strangers. Muhammad saw him wandering alone, desperate and detached. He bought him food, gave him a mattress, and slowly gained his trust. But it wasn't compassion. It was recruitment.
The kid didn't even know, bro. Now, yes, the kid went along with it, but when you read this story, like the kid, I kind of feel bad for like the kid, but also like, come on, gang, like you know what you're doing, but also I feel like I don't know, maybe he was forced to do it, bro. It's because you do know some people are forced to do something like that because maybe had a gunpoint or something. And there's literally like if you really go look it up, there's literally video I think like a couple years ago of the kid talking about he's sorry about what he did. He know he can't take it back. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think he's getting out anytime soon. I do know what's his name? The oldest one, the 37 or whatever his name was, the dude that was in the Army. I think they injected him with the needle. I think like back in 2009, 2008. It was something like that. That the dude that said the Army, he's not even here anymore. But
Muhammad began grooming Malvo like a soldier. He taught him how to shoot, how to isolate, how to obey. He fed him survivalist ideology, distorted religion, and a worldview built around betrayal, violence, and control. He even taught him how to forge documents and assume new identities. He didn't just play father, he became commander. And Malvo, an impressionable young man, ate it all up and became his disciple. By 2001, Muhammad returned to the US without his kids, but returned with Malvo, who at this point referred to Muhammad as Dad. They bounced between He knew that if his ex-wife turned up dead, he'd be the prime suspect. So instead, he began designing a false pattern of violence, a string of random sniper killings that would paralyze the public, stretch law enforcement thin, and make her murder blend into the noise. The goal was simple.
Do you know how insane that is? To do that? To where it blends in with the other? That's not... That's insane, bro. That's... What the fuck? What? To make her murder, like, blend in? What?
Kill enough strangers to confuse the narrative, make his ex-wife look like another random victim, demand $10 million from the government as a cover story, then vanish with Malvo under a new identity. Closed. It looks like any old sedan parked at a gas station. but inside, it was a camouflaged kill box.
If y'all know, there's a movie about this as well. There's a movie about this as well, bro. It was insane, bro. Just away from the trunk, where you can't even see the sniper at all. You can't see it. It's mod, and that's the scary part. Is when somebody served in the military and they know how stuff works. That's tell me, bro.
On October 2nd, they began with a test kill. At a Wheaton grocery store parking lot in D.C., Malvo crawled into the trunk and put his sights on 55-year-old James Martin. When the shot rang out, Martin dropped instantly, one round to the torso. No witnesses, no shell casings, no vehicle description, just a man dead on the pavement in the blink of an eye. From that first kill, their confidence solidified, and the blueprint to their rampage began to take shape. As the next morning, the real assault began. October 3rd was a bloodbath. At 7:41 a.m., 39-year-old Sonny Buchanan was mowing grass in Rockville and shot dead in the back by Malvo. At 8:12 a.m., 54-year-old Prem Kumar Wellikar was filling up at a Shell station in Aspen Hill and shot in the chest. At 8:37 a.m., 34-year-old Sarah Ramos sat on a bench outside a post office and was shot in the head. At 9:58 a.m., 25-year-old Lori Ann Lewis Rivera was vacuuming her minivan in Kensington and shot before the machine stopped running. That evening in D.C., 72-year-old Pascal Charlotte was walking down Georgia Avenue when a bullet punched through his chest, killing him instantly.
Bro, and you just had the first time they got away with it, bro. Their confidence went up. Pretty much like they like doing this. So it seemed like the kid liked doing that. How many people can do this, bro? They're doing all this killing spree. One day, bro, they kill like what, 5, 6 people? And they have nothing to do with what they're trying to do. What was he trying? See, the thing I understand, what was he trying to accomplish? What was he trying to achieve? You know what I'm saying? Like, what?
And as they between attacks, they'd park at rest stops, rotate license plates, and map out locations. Places where people stood still, vulnerable, predictable, consistent, stalking the rhythm of everyday life. And by the time the local authorities even realized what was happening, 5 people were already dead, and Muhammad and Malvo were 20 miles away.
That's
and
crazy.
This was just the beginning. Meanwhile, the FBI flooded the DC area. A multi-agency task force was activated. Local PDs, the FBI, ATF, and Secret Service began their scramble, and pressure came down from the top to find them now.
You know what's so crazy, bro? What is sad, bro, is they actually could have got away with it. They actually could have got away with it, but they kept on doing it and doing it and doing it because they like the thrill of it. If y'all, there's a movie about this, like, they literally could have got away with it, but they wanted to keep doing it because they liked the thrill of it and it was fun to them. I don't know why. That's some creepy ass shit. That's some weird stuff right there. But if you really know, they literally could have got away with it, but they messed up. It's the reason why they got caught in the first place.
Nothing like this has ever happened in Montgomery County. This is a very safe community. Our homicide rate just increased by 25% in one day.
Law enforcement sources say the weapon was a high-power rifle, fired in some cases at least from a distance.
We feel like we probably have a skilled shooter, and that does heighten our concern.
On October 4th, the pair stuck to major routes: Georgia Avenue, Rockville Pike, Interstate 270, and Route 355, even heading south to Fredericksburg, where they shot a woman outside of Michael's craft store who survived. But this time, they left 2 things behind: a .223 casing and a tarot card, specifically the death card, signed, "Call Me God." Muhammad didn't want to just terrify. He wanted control, and he wanted attention, raising the stakes with each kill. As on October 7th, they targeted a child. 13-year-old Iran Brown was struck in Bowie, Maryland, while being dropped off at school.
This is when they really got caught, was because of this. When they strike the kid, this is when they fucked up, and this one they really got caught, like, for real, for real.
He fortunately survived, but just barely. A note was left in the woods nearby, warning police the kids were now fair game. And inside the note was yet another tarot card with the same words, "Call me God." And while still not enough to profile, the FBI at least had something. But by now the media frenzy had taken over the country. Gas stations erected tarps to shield customers. People zigzagged across parking lots. School sports were canceled, and parents even refused to send their kids to school altogether. Law enforcement set up roadblocks, questioned hundreds, and deployed helicopters. They were desperate to find a link, but the shooters were ghosting across county lines, picking victims at random, and obeying no timeline. There was little pattern or predictability. And on October 9th, Dean Harold Myers was shot dead at a Manassas gas station. And on October 11th, Kenneth Bridges, a businessman, was gunned down at an Exxon off I-95. And on October 14th, Linda Franklin, an FBI analyst, unrelated to the case, was loading her trunk outside a Home Depot in Falls Church when the sniper struck her in the head while her husband was standing just feet away. But fortunately, he was a crucial witness and described the blue Caprice to a T. And after a Ponderosa state,
You see what I mean? Because they kept on doing it. I promise you right now, I'm glad they got caught. What I'm saying is, do you know it's crazy to realize that they literally could have got away with this shit if they just would have stopped, ditch the car, and go wherever they're going, because they literally, and go back to the country they was at. They literally could have got away with it, which is insane to really think about for real.
Steakhouse shooting in Ashland, Virginia. Police found another letter. In it, Muhammad implemented his $10 million ransom tactic, his attempt to escape the murder spree. And in the letter, he mocked law enforcement and referenced the prior murder in Montgomery, Alabama, a clue which led police to dust old fingerprints. One of them that matched Malvo's. And that name led straight to John Muhammad. And now, for the first time, they had suspects. Now it was a manhunt.
Rackham City Police, love calls to
Sometimes?
flight reported.
Good morning. Don't say anything, just listen. Where are the people that are causing the killing in your area? Look on the terror card.
Right there. They sitting there calling it. This how they got caught. This literally how they got caught. Was calling the damn police, telling that they did it. Literally how they got, I'm telling you, this literally how they watch. He gonna say this literally how they got caught from this right here.
Says, call me God.
Sir, any
Get your
information
people-
at Montgomery County Police Hotline. We're not investigating the crime. Would you like the number?
On October 23rd, as the names went public, a truck driver spotted a blue Chevy Caprice parked at a rest stop off I-70 in Myersville, Maryland, around 3 a.m. Police quietly closed in on the vehicle and violently awoke both men sleeping inside with a
See?
swift and decisive felony takedown.
You see what I mean? They kept the same car. They could have switched out the car. They kept the same damn car. Insane.
And after 23 days of terror, the pair surrendered without a fight. The Bushmaster was recovered from the trunk, still mounted. Everything was still there.
That's insane, bro.
10 dead, 3 wounded. John Muhammad was tried in Virginia, found guilty, and executed by lethal injection in 2009.
See? I told you. I said 2009, right, y'all? I said 2009. See? Told you.
Malvo, being 17 at the time, was sentenced to multiple life terms without the possibility of parole. As for the victims' families, no sentence undoes what was done.
I mean, I was a monster. If you look up the definition, I mean, that's what a monster is. I was a ghoul. I was a thief. I stole people's lives.
That's crazy, bro. RP to them people that man, and some people that lost life and the 3 wounded men. See, the people that were wounded, the 3 wounded people, I want to know if they like can tell their story, but they probably not gonna do that though. Like, that's crazy, bro. Like, that is insane, man. Y'all don't know what you think down below. What you think of this video, man? Yeah.